Module 13 promised a rework to Trickster Rogues, and they delivered. A joke. Honestly, the changes are far from a rework. I really don't consider this a rework. It's just very minor changes, some potential nerfs. I haven't tested anything. I have the Advanced Combat Tracker ACT program up, ready to go. But I got to get a few more of my friends online, and then we can go out and test some things. So right now, nothing's tested. I am just bringing you the actual announced updates and changes to Trickster Rogues. So start off, let's open our powers page, and we'll go through them one by one. Our favorite at will, Duelist Flurry, deals a lot of damage. It's just, in general, it is a must-have. It now triggers weapon enchantments. So for those of you running lightning, for example, this is great. All in all, it's pretty good. It was not triggering weapon enchantments before, so it does now. Next in line is Gloaming Cut. I guarantee you, no one uses this. They actually didn't change it. They just updated the tooltip. So, wow, amazing. Nobody's going to use this still. Right beside it is Impact Shot, which, again, nobody uses it. Nobody. I really don't actually know anyone that uses it. I know people who use, Wicked Reminder, Impossible to Catch, Smoke Bomb, Lashing Blade, Dazing Strike. Like, those ones, yeah, those are ones you should be using, but Impact Shot, I don't think so. They did increase its base damage by 20%, and it now correctly deals additional damage for each remaining charge because it does have 3 encounter charges. So I don't think it's really going to make it that much better. I think Dazing Strike and Lashing Blade will still be the preferred ones to go to, but maybe it won't be so bad. Who knows? What's its damage at rank 4? It has an 11-second cooldown, so basically 24k damage. What is Lashing Blade at? 31, and it's just a slightly higher cooldown. Dazing Strike, I don't know. Impact Shot might not be that bad, but I still don't think people are going to use it because what makes Dazing Strike so great is that it's an AoE, an area of effect power as well when you use it from stealth. So, I don't know. It doesn't cost any charges from stealth. Interesting. It's worth at least testing. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference, but it's definitely worth at least testing and checking out. Next is one of our class features, Oppressive Darkness. I know some Trickster Rogues, some really great Trickster Rogues that swear by this. They really focus and appreciate the combat advantage damage, but I personally don't use it, but maybe some do. I don't know. Either way, an issue has been fixed where the rank up values were providing much more damage than originally intended. To compensate for this change, the base damage has been increased, and this power now scales with players' stats. So, interesting enough. It's not going to make me use it, but for those that do use it, congratulations. It's a bit of a buff, I think, anyway. I would hope so. The base damage was increased, and it now scales with your stats. So if you got good stats, you got something good going on. Path of the Blade. Why on earth this really needed a fixing, I don't know. I only ever use this in, Cloak Tower, which is a level 12 dungeon. Most people I know do not use Path of the Blade. It's not one of our better encounters. Some really like it. It's mostly good if you're going to use it for trash mobs in, let's say a Malabogs or a quick Philindras or even a quick Castle Never. But you would never see a Trickster Rogue running Tomb of the Nine Gods with Path of the Blade. That's not a realistic scenario. You're probably not going to finish the dungeon if your Trickster Rogue is dealing damage with Path of the Blade. I'm just saying, it's not one of our better encounters, but it does proc the artifact set bonus from the Lost Mouth set, which is the next best in line to Orcus, and a lot of Trickster Rogues do use Lost Mouth, so I mean, that's not that bad. It procs weapon enchantments, but here's the key. On the first hit only. The first hit only. That is a joke. Like, that is the stupidest update I think I've ever heard. On the first hit only. I can't get over that personally. It does deal an extra tick of damage, and it now hits up to 5 targets instead of 3. So, that's a bit better, but not really that great. Razor action, it's a Whisper Knife class feature. I really have no comment on that because most people I know do not run Whisper Knife. They run Master Infiltrator. I personally swear by Master Infiltrator. Like, I absolutely love it. It's my favorite. I have no complaints. It's amazing. You get the idea. But Whisper Knife, I only know one Whisper Knife out of all my Trickster Rogue friends in the game. So just to throw that into perspective, but one of the class features, Razor Action, now has a 30 feet radius at rank 1, but no longer increases by 5 feet radius per rank. It no longer deals piercing damage. It now scales with buffs and powers, and the artifact ham bonus has been redesigned, and it now increases damage and run speed by 2% for each target hit by Razor Action. I don't really know if that's something Whisper Knives use, because Whisper Knives kind of miss out on the important ones, like Infiltrator's Action, Skillful Infiltrator, Invisible Infiltrator. Like, those are all strictly Infiltrator, so I actually don't know what a Whisper Knife would use for class features. But I mean, if you're using Razor Action, again, kudos to you. Like, congratulations, that's a little bit of a buff. Now, the long-awaited, long-complained Shadow of Demise. It is the ending feat for Executioner, any Executioner. It is where most of your damage will come from, and if you're not already, you should 100% be running your rotations around using and taking advantage of that Shadow of Demise, because that is a huge amount of damage that it amounts to. Basically, there was a glitch that if 2 Executioners were running in the same party, only one Trickster Rogue got the total damage between the 2 TRs. Only one Trickster Rogue received it. So the Pain Giver charts weren't accurate, because you could have 2 TRs using Shadow of Demise, but one TR is getting twice as much damage, and the other TR is getting no damage at all from Shadow of Demise, and that is way inaccurate. So they fixed that, so now your Shadow of Demise just goes to you. It does not go to the other Trickster Rogue. It goes to you, and only you. So, hallelujah for that. The other thing that I have to say is, like, really amazing is they have changed Shadowborn. Now, Shadowborn before, whenever you entered stealth, it used to increase the power rating by your next attack by 100%. Now, your next attack could be an at-will, and that is just a waste. And to be fair, usually, at least personally, I would use an encounter right away, but just for safety's sake, your next encounter or daily power deals an additional 25% damage as physical damage. So this isn't based off your power rating anymore, which is kind of nice. It's just a flat out 25% damage as physical damage. So I have no complaints about that. That works for me. That should be a decent amount of DPS increased. Again, I don't think it's really going to make or break your damage. It's not going to be like, whoa, I'm suddenly overpowered. What happened? Just surprise. Next, we have Shadowy Opportunity, which, is this it right here? No. Which one is it? Which one is it? It's this one. So, Shadowy Opportunity now deals 50% weapon damage instead of 100%. So they literally just halved it, which absolutely sucks. That is a nerf. And I primarily run a Sabo, like a Saboteur, or Saboteur, whatever people call it. That is my primary build. Let me just guild invite this dude. This poor guy's probably needing a guild. So, anyways, they halved it, but apparently it now scales with player stats. So, I'm not sure if it's actually going to be better or worse, But I mean, going from 50% from 100% is just, that's a huge change. That is 50% damage less. So, not exactly a fan of it, but that's okay. Hopping back to our powers, Slag Flourish. I think every single Trickster Rogue in the game, PvE or PvP, uses Slag Flourish. It's just really great here. So I have no complaints. But it now increases enemy damage taken by 10% rather than reducing enemy armor. So I think this is actually really great. It lasts for 15 seconds. I don't know if it actually stacks. Something that needs to be tested out. But I have no complaints. It's, again, not a great buff, but it is something. Now, let's look at the one that I think is also one of the biggest jokes around. Smoke Bomb. It is a very popular encounter choice. I love it. I swear by it. I even use it on single target. But I'm a saboteur, so it kind of works. I can have like a permanent smoke bomb up always. So I mean, no complaints. But it now procs weapon enchantments on the first hit again. The first hit. Smoke bomb. The first hit. I'm having trouble wrapping my head around that because that, again, seems like the stupidest thing ever. This thing leaves a bomb for several seconds. And it's only going to proc on the first hit? It's not even like the first second or the first 2 seconds. It's just the first hit. That, to me, seems ridiculous. Now, in exchange for this, it also deals an extra tick of damage, and damage for each tick has been reduced to compensate for the extra tick. Again, this is a freaking joke. Why add an extra tick if you're going to reduce the damage of it? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, they literally just, they buffed it and then they nerfed it. So really nothing has changed. It lasts a little bit longer. Well, I don't even know if it really lasts a little bit longer. It's just an extra tick. It's just, I have no comment for this. That really, really actually bothers me because that is the dumbest absolute Trickster Rogue update ever. Now we have Tenacious Concealment. Again, nobody uses this. I'm serious. Nobody. I don't know a single Trickster Rogue. And let's note, I know a lot of Trickster Rogues in the game. Most of them come to me and they're like, hey, I saw you on MMO Minds, or hey, I saw you on YouTube. And I mean, hell yeah. Welcome. Hello, amigo. Hola, amigo. I mean, I don't know. But either way, I know a lot of Trickster Rogues. Not one of them uses Tenacious Concealment. Okay, it is not a great at-will. But they buffed it a little. The power now grants 20% stealth loss reduction and 5% stealth regeneration at each stack. Or rank, I mean. This power no longer grants stealth regeneration while taking damage. So this basically just renders it entirely useless right there. It just, nope. Rank 4 of this power should now properly function. Okay, I didn't realize it wasn't functioning. And the artifact offhand bonus has been increased to 20% stealth loss reduction. I have zero comment at all. I literally have zero comment. None of this really makes sense. Some are saying this feels like they nerfed Trickster Rogues instead of buffed. I don't know. But whatever. I have zero comment. It's just, this is what has been presented to us from Arc Games Neverwinter. So I mean, comment below what you think. I think this is a joke. And I'm not one to just automatically try to hate on something because I don't like something. I just honestly think this is a joke. I really do. Even if I did not play a Trickster Rogue, and let's say I was a Control Wizard, I would feel bad for Trickster Rogues because this is a pretty crappy update. I'm just saying. It's not really what we wanted. I'm sure they're getting all sorts of complaints from all the Trickster Rogues across the globe about this, but it is what it is. Like I said, comment below, subscribe, because I definitely want to start doing some more Trickster Rogue content. So Trickster Rogues, subscribe. And yeah, I have no further comments. So adios, ciao for now, hasta mañana, and yeah.